one-on-one with people. I've done it with my young adults several times. But God told me to, it was about emotional healings, what he wanted me to talk about tonight. And the last time we met, I was just, honestly, probably the last couple of months has been like some of the roughest in my life. It's almost like my, like I was getting ready to have a mini meltdown. Like, I mean, just, it seemed like everything was just hitting me all at the same time. Nothing made sense. I felt like God was a million miles away. And I'm not the only one. I can sit here and tell you just like that, 5 people, in my personal life, in my circle that I love very much, that has gone through or is going through the same thing right now. And I would like to say that part of my life is over, and I thought it was. I was doing really good, and then it was like the epiphany, oh no, it's not. I think it's twofold. I think number one, John 10:10, the enemy has come to steal, or the thief has come to steal, kill, and destroy. But then Jesus says, but I've come to give you life and for you to live it to the fullest. And that's been my question to God all the time. Well, when do we get to live life to the fullest? Because it sucks, and I feel like that you have like little brief, like the clouds part, when you get a little ray of sunshine, but then you think everything's doing better, and then something hits again. And so it doesn't matter who we are, simply because we're God's, because he loves us, he created us. The enemy hates us with everything in him, and so we're easy picking. The ones that truly love God and seek after him and want to spend time and get to know him and have a deeper relationship are hit even harder, because the enemy doesn't want that. I am fully convinced that what we have been taught in quote religion is not the full story. There's so much more. And the enemy has been around a lot longer than we have, a lot longer than human beings have. He found out about it and was angry because I forget where I don't remember which it is, but he came, a railing accusation. He came to God, and he said, who's man that you've made him just a little lower than the angels?
I think it's Psalms 8.
Okay. So, when you look at that little lower than the angels, when you go to the root word, it's not an angel, it meant God. So Satan is saying how angry he is, how jealous he is, and then wants our creator to give justification to him, why he would make human beings above him. And so from that point, before Adam was ever made, became flesh, Satan already had a plan, and the plan is to destroy us. He did it. You can read about in Genesis with the fallen watcher angels. There's 200 angels that looked down and said that they saw women, and they wanted to have their own offspring, so they went and had the giants. That was one of the main reasons for the flood, was to kill the giants. That's why we have demons. There were not in the Bible. You don't hear about demons or demonic spirits or anything like the unclean spirits until after the flood. So if you have a being, a giant, who is part human and part angel, who angels are they're spiritual, but they're forever, right? And then they have an offspring. When the body of that offspring dies, where did their disembodied souls go? That's why we have this. It's called Nephilim spirits or demons. Okay, that's
I heard they go to the fifth heaven.
I've never heard that, and I don't know anything about a fifth heaven. But
I read that in Enoch in the book. He talks about there's above the heavens.
He saw 10.
Where all the giants are.
Enoch saw 10. Well, I've read Enoch too. I've forgotten about that, but okay.
It's like above the heavens where we won't. It's like a realm where only they can.
Well, the ones that are down here are still tormenting us. They're influencing us. They're tormenting us. Some people like it. They like the power. They don't care about God or anybody else, and they willingly let these demons possess them, and they become pure evil themselves. They're non-redeemable. So we live in a world that is what's going on. And from the time we were conceived and became a little blip in our mother's womb, the enemy had a plan against us. Now, God had a plan before we were ever physical. I threw this out at my young adults the other day, and so Emma, you be quiet. And they're like, is this a trick question? Okay, is this true? We are a human being with it's a body that has a spirit and a soul. Is that true?
Yes.
If you think it's true, raise your hand.
Mhm.
If you don't think that's true, raise your hand.
I was there,
You were there too.
but I know.
Jeremiah 1:5 says what? Before I ever formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. He already knew us. How can he know us if we weren't created first as a spirit being? So it kind of is a trick question, right? But the correct answer is we are spirit that is housed in a body because we're on this earth. Do y'all see the difference in that?
And that's why in the Bible,
No, because to me it's still
and that's why in the Bible it calls us earthen vessels.
Earthen vessels.
Yeah.
So our body is here.
Mhm.
While we're on earth, our spirit has to have a body to function.
Right.
But our spirit is what was alive and created before anything.
Mhm.
So we aren't a body with a spirit. We're a spirit with a body.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it seems like, well, what's the difference? But it is a big difference when you look at it in the spirit realm, where I truly believe the enemy has done a very fantastic job of deceiving us and taking away knowledge. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. And it can be twisted and to mean anything you want to, but one thing is the enemy has taken away a knowledge of who we are. How important is our spirit? How powerful is our spirit? Now, I am not saying we're God. We are not God. But we have to be pretty special for him to have created us. We have to be pretty special that the same spirit that raised Jesus Christ from the grave resides in us.
Lives in me, yeah.
He lives in us. So what I believe personally, and you can disagree with me, I am not refuting the Bible or saying anything against the Bible in any way, form, or fashion. What I'm saying is I think there's been stuff that we have not had knowledge of that the disciples